What is the current status of your divorce with Kroy?
Still in process.
Our life is destroyed. What don't you understand? There's no money. There's no house. We're getting divorced one day and we're not the next.
Are you seeing anyone right now?
Yes.
Anything more you can tell us?
He's just great. He's just great.
Welcome back to Celebrity News Addict. Today, we're diving into all the latest news surrounding the chaotic divorce battle between Kim Zolciak and Kroy Biermann. Since filing for divorce in May 2023, this toxic battle has been an endless rollercoaster ride of accusations, legal filings, and social media tirades, with new allegations made just last week of violence, abuse, gaslighting, theft, drug addiction, narcissism, gambling problems, stalking, and child abandonment. So, in this video, we'll be getting into it all, including Kim and Kroy's $1.8 million tax debt, financial struggles, and recent eviction, the state of the never-ending custody battle, the couple's latest Instagram war, revealing new accusations on both sides of abuse, and the truth about what really happened with their daughter's money. Plus, we'll be diving into Kim's revelation about her new boyfriend and how Kroy's backstabbing and stalking has led Kim to find herself subpoenaed in a $100 million divorce battle that is just as toxic as her own. From home eviction to gambling addictions, custody battles to abuse allegations and shock subpoenas, the Real Housewives know how to drag out a toxic divorce. And Kim's really tops them all. As always, we've got a lot to cover. So let's get straight into it. We'll kick things off with a very quick recap of Kim and Kroy's relationship leading up to the first divorce filing, before getting into all the details of the 3 separate filings, financial chaos, suffocating debt, and latest accusations. So, the Real Housewife and former NFL player first met in May 2010 at a Dancing with the Stars charity event, which was shown in season 3 of Real Housewives of Atlanta. After watching Kroy perform, Kim approached him and the pair exchanged numbers. Then, 1 year later, on May 31st, 2011, Kim and Kroy welcomed their first child together, Kroy Jagger Jr., who joined the family alongside Kim's 2 daughters from her previous relationships, Brielle, born 1997, and Ariana, born 2001. A few months later, on October 11th, 2011, the pair announced their engagement on Twitter, with Kim posting, quote, "I'm happy to announce that yes, Biermann 71 and I are engaged. I'm on a cloud and so blessed." The relationship continued at pace, with the pair getting married just 1 month later on November 11th, 2011, 11/11/11. Fast forward almost a year, and 2012 saw the pair purchase their 7-bedroom, 11-bathroom, 15,000 square foot home for $880,000. The home that would eventually be the cause of their financial downfall and the breakdown of their marriage 10 years later. But before the chaos could begin, Kim and Kroy welcomed their second son, Cash Cade, on August 15th, 2012. Then, 2 years into their marriage, Kroy legally adopted Kim's daughters, Brielle and Ariana, and both girls legally changed their last names. And the family continued to grow, as on November 24th, 2013, the happy couple welcomed twins, Kaya Rose and Kane Wren, into their family. Then, in 2017, Kim and Kroy decided to renew their vows in a beachside ceremony that was timed to the 7-year anniversary of the first time they met back in 2010. But there was trouble in paradise, as in December 2017, a couple of months after the pair decided to renew their vows, Kim and Kroy found themselves in their first tricky spot financially. It all stemmed from a home equity line of credit the pair had taken out back in 2013 for $300,000 with Landmark Community Bank for their home in Alpharetta, Georgia. They were expected to begin making payments on the loan once it reached its original maturity date in December 2016. However, in August 2017, they executed a modification agreement which extended the maturity date to December 2017. But it seems they couldn't make this payment deadline either, as in January 2018, 1 month after the couple were supposed to start paying back the loan, Kim and Kroy made a second modification agreement. In this agreement, the couple acknowledged that they still had an outstanding balance of $271,788.61 to pay off, and agreed they would begin making monthly payments of $1,132.46 from February 2018, meaning they would finish paying off the loan by January 2038. Despite agreeing to the terms, the couple failed to meet their monthly dues once again, making their last official payment in October 2022. After 3 months of defaulted payments, the bank terminated the line of credit in May 2023, the same time as Kim's first divorce filing, which we'll get into in a second. According to the Landmark Community Bank, a letter notifying the Biermanns of the termination was delivered, but, quote, the couple refused to accept said letter and did not attempt to refute the bank's claims. But this wasn't the only hot water the pair found themselves in early 2023, as it was reported that they were also defaulting on a $1.65 million loan they took out in October 2012, shortly after purchasing the home. According to reports, on February 17, 2023, Fulton County shared a notice which revealed that Kim and Kroy's home was in foreclosure. According to the notice, Truist Bank planned to auction off the property on March 7th. At the time, the Biermanns' options to prevent foreclosure were either to pay off on the defaulted amount or declare bankruptcy. However, at the time, Kim was quick to claim that this was a misunderstanding and that it was being sorted out. And clearly, it was sorted, because just a few days later, the auction against the property was cancelled, meaning the pair obviously found the cash to repay their defaulted payments. But undeniably, these simultaneous financial struggles and loan defaults put strain on the relationship, which eventually led to Kim filing for divorce for the first time on May 8th, 2023. According to legal documents obtained by TMZ at the time, Kim listed April 30th as the date of their separation. Kim claimed that she was filing because the marriage was, quote, irretrievably broken with no hope of reconciliation. In her filing, Kim asked for primary physical custody and joint legal custody of their 4 children, then aged 11, 10, and the twins aged 9. She also requested spousal support and wanted to legally restore her maiden name. The very next day, on May 9th, Kroy made his own plea for custody when he submitted his filing, requesting sole legal and physical custody of their 4 children. According to the documents, Kim was served a summons that required her and Kroy to complete a domestic intake worksheet that monitored the treatment of their children over a 30-day period. Although they were both living together in their Georgia home when they announced their divorce, Kroy asked in his filing to be, quote, awarded exclusive, temporary and permanent use and possession of the home and any other properties he had purchased while they were married. Then, a few days later, on May 16th, the accusations started to get wild and things only got worse from here, as Kim filed a motion requesting that Kroy undergo a 5-panel hair follicle drug screening to enable the court to determine custody arrangements for their 4 young children. In the documents obtained by E! News at the time, Kim alleged she had seen Kroy, quote, smoking marijuana, and she has serious concerns for the safety and well-being of their children. She requested that Kroy not cut his hair before the screening. Then, it was Kroy's turn to retaliate. On May 22nd, Kroy submitted more legal documents which alleged that Kim spent so much time gambling their money away online that she couldn't take care of their children. He stated that he was concerned for their safety and well-being. Kroy claimed that Kim was showing some very troubling behaviour that accelerated in the months leading up to the filing and requested that the judge order a mental evaluation for her, as he believed that her alleged gambling problem may be the result of an underlying mental health condition such as depression, anxiety, narcissistic personality disorder, bipolar disorder, or ADHD. Kroy claimed that Kim had admitted to him that she was spending a lot of time and money online gambling and alleged that her, quote, compulsion had devastated the family financially. At the same time, TMZ also uncovered legal documents which showed that the couple owed over $1.1 million to the IRS for unpaid taxes, interest, and penalties from 2013, 2017, and 2018. They also owed the state of Georgia $15,000 for unpaid taxes in 2018. All of this on top of the 2 loans they were defaulting on in early 2023, putting even more strain on the pair as they entered their first divorce battle, which was also seeing attorneys' fees stacking up left, right, and centre. Then, going down the same route as many housewives before and since, Kim began to post about the divorce on social media in retaliation to Kroy's latest accusations. In a post on May 24th, 2023, Kim reshared the following quote to her Instagram story. "Manipulation is when they blame you for your reaction to their toxic behaviour, but never discuss their disrespect that triggered you." Below the quote in all caps, Kim wrote, "Read that again." The next day, on May 25th, Kim completed a 4-hour-long online parenting seminar on navigating family change and submitted her certificate of completion on May 26th. Soon after, on June 9th, Kim officially dropped her married name from all of her social media platforms. Then, on June 13th, Kroy filed yet another motion for the appointment of a guardian ad litem for his 4 children. He requested that an impartial party appointed by the court look after the best interest of the 4 minors, claiming he feels the children need protection amid the custody battle. Kroy alleged that while he had, quote, tried to shield the children from the negative fallout of their parents' divorce, Kim continued to direct in a derogatory tone, abusive, profane, and threat-laden language at the petitioner with little concern if the children are present. The filing claimed that Kim was distracted and failed to, quote, pay adequate attention to the children due to her alleged gambling addiction. He also addressed Kim's potential return to RHOA, claiming that it would, quote, expose the children to behaviour that would be great for TV ratings, but not for the mental health and well-being of the children. However, in a statement to People, Kim's lawyer refuted Kroy's claims about her parenting, stating, quote, "It's really sad the way Kroy is causing our divorce to play out in the media like this, because it could have a profound effect on our children in the long run." The statement continued, quote, "To continuously spread lies in an attempt to paint Kim as an unfit mother for his own gain is harmful and incredibly misleading regarding Kim's efforts to raise her children." After all the allegations and legal back and forth over a couple of months, this divorce attempt was over just as abruptly as it started, as on July 7th, Kim and Kroy decided to give their marriage another chance, filing papers to dismiss their divorce case. At the time, Kroy's attorney, Marlise A. Bergstrom, told E! News, quote, "The parties are dismissing their divorce action and attempting a reconciliation." However, their reunion was short-lived, as divorce filing number 2 kicked off roughly 6 weeks later on August 24th, 2023. This time, Kroy was the first to file for divorce in the Fulton County of Georgia. According to TMZ, in his filing, Kroy stated that their marriage was, quote, irretrievably broken. He again requested sole legal and physical custody of their 4 children, and this time asked for child support and alimony from Kim. Kroy also doubled down on his previous request for exclusive use of the marital residence. But once again, this separation was over quicker than it began, as on September 8th, Kim posted a video of her closet to Instagram, hinting that everything was back on track. She captioned this, quote, "I'm living here, not going anywhere. Been working on our marriage and have been living as husband and wife. The lies daily are too much." Then, on September 25th, 2023, exactly 1 month after Kroy's filing, Kim filed a new motion to dismiss Kroy's second petition for divorce, alleging the pair was still sleeping together amid their ongoing breakup. She stated, quote, "Contrary to the claims made in the petition for divorce, the parties have engaged in marital sexual relations on multiple occasions since the filing of the petition for divorce, and most recently on or about September 7th, 2023. In this filing, Kim argued, quote, "The allegation of an irretrievably broken marriage is demonstrably false if the parties have resumed cohabitation or have reconciled for any period. The very fact of cohabitation or reconciliation shows that some possibility remains that the marriage is viable. The parties are required to once again affirm that the marriage is indeed irretrievably broken by the bringing of a new complaint. However, it appears a judge may never have officially dismissed this filing, as on October 25th, 2023, TMZ were the first to reveal a brand new court order dictating living arrangements for the pair while they stayed under the same roof. According to the documents, Kim would have exclusive private use of the basement nanny suite, and Kroy would have the primary bedroom, while the pair would share common areas like the kitchen and living room. The document stated, quote, "Neither party shall enter the other party's individually awarded space in the marital residence without permission." Additional terms were also added in an effort to protect their 4 young children. One of them stated, quote, "Neither parent shall disparage the other parent in the presence of or earshot of the minor children," while others stated that neither parent could eavesdrop while the other was spending time with the children, and that the children couldn't be used as messengers between the parents. A couple of weeks later, on November 11th, 2023, Kim and Kroy reunited to celebrate their 12th wedding anniversary. But things made another U-turn just 1 week after their reunion on November 20th, when police were called to their home by their children due to domestic disturbance. TMZ have released bodycam footage which shows that when the police arrived at the home, they found Kim sat in her car in the driveway with Kroy screaming at her. When they asked Kroy about the argument, he called Kim a narcissist and claimed that she had destroyed their whole lives, stating that one day she wants to be divorced, the next she doesn't, and alleging that she was sleeping with other men. Let's take a look.
Hey, police! Come here, Mr. Biermann. Biermann, come talk to me. What's going on?
It's just a bunch of nonsense.
All right, come talk to me. Ma'am, stay right there. What's going on tonight?
We're just having an argument
About what?
about our fucking life.
Okay, what happened? Why?
It's our life. It's destroyed.
I just he's just been screaming at me for like 2 hours, like a crazy person.
Okay. What was the argument? Why were y'all arguing?
Because I just said,
Why is he
I just
screaming?
want to get a divorce. Like, I just want this to be over. He wouldn't let me leave this morning. The gate, is broke or whatever, so you have to, manually open it. He jumped in front of my car. I have all these videos. He's blocking me from leaving. And he just started yelling. I said, Kroy, I have a phone call at 5:30. I can't do this right now.
What don't you understand? There's no money. There's no house. We're getting divorced one day and we're not the next.
Okay.
She's fucking other men. What do you want?
Just calm down.
Calm down, but I don't have a fucking life.
When things calmed down slightly, Kim explained to the officer that earlier in the day, Kroy had asked her to sit and chat about their pending divorce, as even though he filed, Kroy didn't want to go through with it. But Kim just wanted it to be finalised so they could both move on. Through tears, Kim explained that Kroy is no longer the man she married, and alleged that she believes he is suffering mentally, claiming she is sometimes scared to be around him. The whole incident ended with Kim agreeing to leave the house for the night and Kroy staying home with the children. Then, on January 30th, 2024, Kim involved police once again when she visited the Alpharetta Police Department to file a complaint against Kroy, claiming that he stole hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of her possessions. In bodycam footage obtained by TMZ, Kim alleged that Kroy took some of her luxury items, including bags and jewellery, initially placing them into a safe before eventually selling at least one of the items for cash. She claims that she has attempted to retrieve some of the items from their master bedroom in their shared home, but that Kroy has allegedly bolted the door shut so she can't enter. In the footage, the police officer speaking with Kim asks for an itemized list of the property she claims that he stole, but essentially tells her that since they have an ongoing divorce, this property may be shared marital assets that they'll have to address in their divorce proceedings. Kroy's attorney later denied all of these allegations, claiming that they're simply not true. Kim and Kroy also experienced a third police incident on April 26, 2024, when Kim once again filed a police report against Kroy, claiming that he had stolen her property. This time, an officer from Milton Police Department was dispatched to the couple's shared home after a domestic disturbance call. According to the report, Kim called the police, claiming that Kroy took her phone and locked himself in the master bedroom. Kim told officers that she couldn't retrieve her phone and he wouldn't give it back, stating, quote, "Enough is enough." Later in this footage, police then tried to mediate the situation by speaking with Kroy, who refused to leave his bedroom and denied having Kim's phone. Following this final incident, in May 2024, a judge laid out yet more terms about the couple's use of their shared home. The documents outlined a formal plan which dictated when the pair were allowed to use their shared closet, with Kim allowed access Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. till 3 p.m, and the remainder of the time belonging to Kroy. The documents note that Kroy is forbidden from entering the closet during those hours. This new document also stated that neither Kim nor Kroy were allowed to, quote, "sell, consign, dispose of, or trade any disputed or agreed upon marital property." Then, on October 9th, 2024, Kim filed a motion accusing Kroy of spying on her in her own personal space within their shared home, and requesting that a judge order Kroy to return her personal possessions. According to reports by TMZ, sources claimed that Kroy was not sticking to the arrangements put in place by the judge, allegedly going into Kim's private space while she was gone and removing all of the security cameras that she had set up to prevent him from intruding on her space. Kim referred to one specific incident where she claims there are photos of Kroy passed out in her closet after spying on her. Sources claimed that Kim was expecting Kroy to return her possessions eventually, but he never did. So, she was requesting that the court help her reclaim her things, an issue that had been ongoing since January of the same year. Then, on February 18th, 2025, it appeared there may finally be an end to the madness when it came to the pair living together, as Kim and Kroy finally found a buyer for their family home, having listed it on the market over a year and a half earlier. According to TMZ, the couple sold the mansion for $2.75 million, over $3 million less than their original asking price of $6 million. The next day, on February 19th, 2025, Kim filed her next shot, submitting a petition asking the court to appoint medical professionals to evaluate Kroy to see if he has CTE, chronic traumatic encephalopathy, which is a cognitive disease sustained by many NFL players. In her filing, Kim claimed that Kroy, who played in the NFL for 8 years, would regularly devolve into profanity-laced outbursts about her in the presence of their 4 minor children. She also accused him of being physically violent against her and of, quote, extreme sexual promiscuity. Kim cited a Boston University study that showed that more than 90% of former NFL players who participated in the study suffered from CTE. Kim claimed that based on these stats, it would be plausible that Kroy was also suffering with the same disease and requested that the court step in to check. She also alleged that he was taking steps to prevent their children from contacting her, including controlling their phones. A couple of days later, on February 21st, Kroy once again filed for divorce in the Cobb County of Georgia, where Kim was now living, claiming for the 3rd time that their relationship was irretrievably broken and stating that the couple now live in separate residences. As per his last 2 filings, Kroy asked for child support and requested primary custody of all 4 children, stating that they currently live with him. The divorce petition stated, quote, "Petitioner and respondent were lawfully married on or about November 11th, 2011, and since that date lived together as husband and wife until approximately the filing of this complaint, at which time they were separated and since have lived in a bona fide state of separation. And this time, it appears things might finally be over for good, as in an interview with TMZ on March 12, 2025, Kim confirmed that she's really happy dating someone new and settled in a new home. We'll circle back to this relationship shortly.
Are you dating?
Yes.
Yes. So you say yes, you're dating. Can you shed any light on it?
Just happy.
You're happy? Like one person? Are you just like testing the field?
One person.
One person, okay.
Alongside Kim's statements in March, it was clear that the relationship was over for good this time, when just 2 months after finding a buyer for their home, Kim and Kroy were forced to move out of the foreclosed Georgia mansion by US Marshals. According to reports by Page 6, 4 deputy marshals ejected the couple from the mansion between 3:30 p.m. and 6:45 p.m. on April 8th, despite Kim repeatedly affirming that she had officially moved out in February and into her new place. Allegedly, the new owners of the estate, who had purchased the home back in February, had previously started legal proceedings to have the couple removed. But after the first few attempts went unanswered, the US Marshals intervened and forcibly removed them. During this time, Kim and Kroy finally reached a temporary custody agreement in June, which allowed both parents to have 2 of their 4 children at all times, with a 1 week on, 1 week off schedule. And June was a hectic month for the Biermanns, as it also saw the massive media explosion which had everyone asking if Kim and Kroy had used Brielle and Ariana's money to pay off their debts. In the June 3rd premiere of Next Gen NYC, Ariana, now aged 23, alleged that her parents had taken the money that she had earned from brand deals over the last 10 years. She claimed that she had received, quote, astronomical payouts for posts since she was 14, but had recently found that the money was gone. In her confessional, she said, quote, I can't say exactly what they used it on because I just found out that it was gone 2 years ago. Adding, quote, I don't even know how much money I made over the time period. Nobody was honest, there was no transparency, and I have no idea where it actually went. Ariana later explained more on an episode of Watch What Happens Live on June 29th. Let's take a look.
I got my first brand deal when I was 14. I was doing like 3 posts a week. You get paid astronomical to do a story or to do an Instagram post, and I made quite a bit of money. But unfortunately, my parents took my money.
I would like to very much clarify. Everybody wants this to be just my mother. This was a joint partnership in taking the money. I gave my parents, though, a notice that this was, I'm going to be telling the truth and my story, and this is what's happening.
Have you figured out exactly how much money you have that was spent by them?
No, and I don't want to know.
Does your mom ask you to purchase specific things?
The only time my mom asks me for money is if it's regarding the bills or it's something that she needs for the kids, and then she pays me back when she can.
Then, 1 month later, on July 31st, Kim appeared on Watch What Happens Live, where Andy grilled her about how much money she took and what she spent it on.
Revealed on Next Gen that you and Kroy spent all of her money that she earned as a child. Can you reveal how much money it was and what it was spent on?
Actually, the rug was pulled out from the Zolciaks, and Ariana's money was spent on bills.
Speaking on this on September 4th in an episode of the Airtime podcast, Brielle, aged 28, opened up about Kim and Kroy spending her money too. In this podcast, she revealed that she had found out about her parents' financial troubles after reading about it online, stating, quote, I was hit with a lot of harsh realities really fast, all at once. Let's take a look.
I didn't know Kim and Kroy were getting a divorce until I read it on TMZ. Things like that. I didn't know we had no money. And I was hit with a lot of harsh realities really fast, all at once, kind of. It was like, I bought a first-class flight to the Bahamas yesterday, and then I'm told you have $0. And I'm like, well, where did all that money go? What happened,
So, after spending all of their daughter's money, on August 15th, 2025, Kroy filed a new court document requesting sole custody of their 4 young children, claiming that Kim is emotionally and psychologically abusive towards them. In this filing, Kroy petitioned the court to become the primary parent with decision-making authority, stating that due to the, quote, noteworthy absence of structure and accountability in Kim's home, their split shared custody agreement is not in the best interest of the children. In these documents, Kroy alleged that Kim, quote, frequently leaves their children alone or under the care of others for significant periods of time, without proper parental guidance. He also accused Kim of being, quote, both unstable and unfit as a custodial parent, claiming that she subjects the children to emotional and psychological abuse and alleging she lacked, quote, any ability to provide for the day-to-day care of the children, and she shows next to no familiarity with the children's needs. For all of these reasons, Kroy demanded that the children, quote, must be immediately placed in his primary care. A representative for Kim responded to this news on the very same day, releasing a statement that claimed Kroy's allegations were, quote, completely false, misleading, and deeply hurtful. The statement says, quote, Kim has always been and continues to be a devoted, loving, and attentive mother who puts her children's needs above everything else. She has been the primary emotional anchor for her children through this difficult time, ensuring they have a stable home, healthy routines, and unconditional love. Kim has consistently been engaged in their schooling, activities, and therapy, working tirelessly to support their mental health and well-being. The rep claimed that this filing was a publicity stunt by Kroy, stating, quote, Kroy caught word that Kim was filing several motions today, so he tried to get ahead of it by rushing to file this document, and doing so unsealed. Unlike Kroy's selective and self-serving approach, Kim files all of her documents under seal to protect her children, not to manipulate headlines or public opinion. These accusations are nothing more than an attempt to misrepresent the truth and gain legal advantage. The statement concluded that Kim remains committed to co-parenting in the children's best interests and will continue to fight relentlessly for their happiness, security, and stability. So, what exactly were these motions the rep mentioned in her statement? Well, on August 15th, Kim filed court documents which accused Kroy of interfering with her parenting time. In the heavily redacted filing obtained by Us Weekly, Kim claimed that Kroy's, quote, obsession with her has led him to, quote, surveilling the residence of a third party at whose residence Kim was present, as well as following Kim on such mundane tasks as grocery shopping. She claimed that Kroy's, quote, stalking of the third party's house while Kim was there was so pervasive that counsel for the third party sent a letter to Biermann threatening to seek a protective order if he did not stop immediately. Detailing a specific incident, Kim alleged that on June 9th, Kroy followed her and this third party to Costco and, quote, proceeded to follow her around the store, even going so far as to confront the third party accompanying her. The filing stated, Biermann's acts of surveilling, following and harassing Zolciak are a willful and dangerous violation of the temporary parenting plan, and Biermann should be held in willful contempt as a result. Kim requested that Kroy be ordered to stay away from her home and asked that sanctions be imposed against him, including incarceration at a local jail. She also requested that her legal fees be paid for. Things then calmed down for a little while until a couple of weeks ago on October 10th, when Kroy took to social media to make an onslaught of heavy accusations about Kim, claiming that he had felt trapped in their relationship and was gaslighted to the point of being suicidal. Kroy's post read, quote, I've wrestled with this post for days, trying to find the words to communicate the weight and complexity of what I've lived through. How do you put years of confusion, pain, and survival into a few paragraphs? How do you explain what it's like to be trapped in something that looks like love, but feels like you're slowly being ripped apart? There was a time I didn't think I'd make it. The pain was so constant, the confusion, the isolation, the gaslighting. It felt like my soul was caving in. I was trapped in deliberately orchestrated chaos, yet somehow I was the one blamed for the storm. Every word I said was twisted. Every effort I made was never enough. And eventually, I started to believe maybe I was the problem. There were nights I prayed for it all to just stop, even if that meant I stopped. When you've been broken down long enough, death can start to sound like peace. But God met me in that darkness. When I didn't have the strength to fight for myself, He fought for me. He reminded me that my life still had purpose, that my story wasn't over. And in the middle of all the pain and abuse, I heard His whisper, you are mine, you are not what they said about you. If you're in that place right now, where the weight feels unbearable, please cry out to Him. You don't have to have the right words. You don't even have to believe perfectly. Just call His name. He will meet you there. He is the way out. I'm still healing, I still have scars, but I'm here and I'm proud I stayed. Because staying doesn't mean staying in the abuse. It means staying alive, staying faithful, staying open to what God can do with your pain. You are not alone. You are not too broken. You are not forgotten. God's not done with your story. The comment section on this post was filled with tons of support for Kroy, as people quickly interpreted this message to be about Kim, despite him never explicitly mentioning her. One commenter said, quote, "My husband and I see you sitting nearby at church every Sunday. I've said many silent prayers for you. This life can be hard, but with God, all things are woven together for good." While another said, quote, "Kroy, trust me, no one ever thought you were the problem. We saw it all on TV, right in front of our eyes. You're an amazing father and you are an amazing husband. Just focus on yourself and your kids and karma will take care of the rest." Given the body cam footage we've just seen and all the legal back and forth, I'm kind of thinking that these two are both as bad as each other. But what do you guys think? Who do you believe? Let me know in the comments below. Anyway, 2 years on from their filing, and we're no closer to seeing this divorce reach a resolution, as less than 1 week after his social media post, on October 16th, Kroy submitted yet more legal filings, accusing Kim of failing to turn over documents and ignoring court orders by publicly speaking out about the divorce. In his filing, Kroy claimed that Kim was requested to turn over documents to his legal team, including payslips, work contracts, bank statements, and credit card statements, which she has failed to produce. He also alleged that there was a court order which stated that they were not to speak publicly or on social media about their divorce, but claims that 2 days after this order was signed, Kim went on to Kristen Cavallari's podcast and spoke about the split, taking shots at Kroy and accusing him of relying on her financially. She also accused him of stealing every piece of jewellery she ever owned and 20 of her most expensive handbags. Let's take a look.
First of all, I love when people tell me I spent all Kroy's money. I've made way more than Kroy. Kroy's last NFL season was in 2015, just so we're clear. We're in 2025. And he just got a job in March of 2024. This man has not paid a bill in this house in years. Even with a job, he hasn't paid a bill in this house in years. Not clothes for my children, not extracurricular, nothing.
Kroy also recalled a time when Kim spoke about the divorce on Watch What Happens Live with Andy Cohen, highlighting that she referenced the children in both interviews. Kroy states that Kim's decision to speak about the children and divorce publicly demonstrates her, quote, lack of ability to understand or provide for the best interests of the children. According to Kroy, these actions have placed Kim in contempt of court, and he claims that this behaviour is, quote, a direct harm to the children and their well-being. Kroy's decision to file a document berating Kim for speaking about the relationship publicly just 6 days after posting his long social media post about the relationship and Kim's treatment of him seems hypocritical to me, and I can't see how a judge could take this seriously. But anyway, as of the time of this video, that's how things have been legally left between the pair, as Kim's focus has been on a different divorce entirely, the $100 million suit between her new billionaire boyfriend and his soon-to-be ex-wife. Let's get into everything we know about this new relationship and how exactly Kim's tied up in this divorce that's just as dramatic and toxic as her own. So, after speaking with TMZ in March, where she revealed she was dating again, Kim appeared on an episode of Watch What Happens Live in July, where she shared that she was living in a new place and seeing someone new.
He's just great. You know, I sat in the house and just worked and tried to take care of everything for 20 months, and then I finally met somebody great. And
how'd you meet her?
Through a friend.
Fast forward a few months, and Us Weekly revealed on October 14th that Kim had been subpoenaed in a $100 million divorce suit between Kyle Mowitz and his estranged wife, Jillian Green. Sources revealed that Kim and Kyle had started dating in spring 2025, around April or May, after they had both filed for divorce. And the two are very happy together and getting serious quickly, despite both living separately and going through their own divorce battles. But this relationship only served to drag Kim into more legal drama, as on September 30th, court documents were filed that showed Kim was served with a subpoena outside her child's school, months after she asked for a confidentiality agreement from Jillian's team in order to protect her children from the possible media onslaught. In this subpoena, Jillian demanded that Kim appear for a deposition at her divorce trial against her estranged husband, Kyle Mowitz, Kim's new boyfriend. Kim's lawyer immediately opposed the request to appear, calling the subpoena unreasonable, oppressive, and intended to annoy and embarrass her. The subpoena asked that Kim turn over all communications with Kyle, as well as all communications between Kim and a third party that discussed Kyle, his ex Jillian, their children, the divorce, or payment for services. Jillian also requested that Kim provide any evidence of travel with Kyle, including the travel arrangements, itinerary, where they stayed, and the payment of all expenses associated with the travel. The filing also asked for, quote, any and all documents regarding or pertaining to your financial relationship with Kyle Mowitz, including but not limited to gifts given or received from Kyle, expenses paid by Kyle for Kim, monies loaned or monies paid to Kim by Kyle, or any of his businesses. In response to this subpoena, Kyle's lawyer, Marvin Soleimani, stated, quote, Ms. Mowitz's decision to involve Kim in the divorce case is highly unnecessary, as any relationship our client may have with her only began after the parties' separation. Us Weekly revealed that Jillian claimed that she had trusted her estranged husband to handle their, quote, substantial wealth, stating that his income was a mystery to her. She alleged that Kyle had created a family trust in 2021, at which time she alleges he was, quote, engaged in an extramarital affair and contemplating divorce. She claims that Kyle transferred the majority of their assets into the trust before the divorce in his attempt to keep those assets away from her. So, what caused Jillian to subpoena Kim? None other than Kroy Biermann. In a June deposition, Jillian revealed that Kroy had reached out to her to warn her about Kim's love for wealth. She claims that Kroy told her that Kim would, quote, drain money from Kyle, and backed his claims by telling her that Kim had charged groceries from Instacart onto Kyle's credit card. Jillian testified that Kroy had warned her about Kim's mental state, saying she is a narcissist with a gambling problem who was never around for her children, all of which are assertions he's continued to make in legal documents throughout the divorce. She also alleged that Kroy had told her that he had sat outside Kyle's house, adding credibility to Kim's claims that he stalked her and a third party. According to Jillian's deposition in June, she met up with Kroy once at her cousin's house, but they hadn't spoken in months since. She also insisted that she and Kroy had never been romantically involved. After this news broke in mid-October, Kim could no longer keep the relationship hidden. So she did what any housewife would do and took to Instagram on October 22nd, posting a Q&A in her story where she answered unfiltered questions about their romance. In the Q&A, one fan asked, quote, "Are you dating anyone?" To which Kim replied, "Yes. Almost 2 years after I filed for divorce, I went on my first date, and we have been together ever since." Another asked, "Was it hard letting yourself be vulnerable with a new man?" And Kim responded, "Yes. However, Kyle and I went through the exact same situation, so we identify with each other." One fan also asked Kim's opinion on Kroy's recent abuse allegations and Instagram post about his entrapment in their relationship. In response to this, Kim simply said, quote, "My thoughts are it's unbelievable and not true." In another response praising Kim for her resilience over the last 15 years, Kim replied, quote, "Thank you so much. It's been a very long, painful, hard and sad road, but it was the best for me. I finally chose me and my kids." So, with both couples slinging accusations back and forth while believing they've finally done the right thing by their kids and themselves, I think it's safe to say this relationship is well and truly over, even if the divorce battle isn't. Following Kroy's most recent filing, I'm sure Kim will be submitting her legal response very soon. But I'd love to know what you guys all think about this 2.5 year long, dragged out, toxic mess. Whose side are you on? Do you believe any of the abuse, gambling, drug use, or child neglect allegations? Or are these two just throwing everything they can and hoping something sticks? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments below. And as always, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more reality TV news and updates on this messy divorce as it happens. Thanks for watching.